I think, if you believe, whether it's Islam, Hindu, I think you have to doubt it. You can't just jump in there and be like, sign me up, I agree with everything, let's do this.
That would be for you, but that's not for everybody that is a believer.
Even when you're a Christian, there's doubts all the time in life because God, that's the point, is that's what faith is. You run the ramp of reason and then you take the leap of faith. Hey guys, thanks for watching Pastor Mark Reacts. This video is atheists and Christians debating whether there's a place for doubt in the midst of faith. Hope you like it.
Can I have all of my atheists over there? Can I have all my believers over here? I have had my doubts on the existence of a higher power.
I am a woman of faith and belief. I believe in the supernatural and higher power and a being that there's no accident in the way we were created. Yeah, I think anytime I have gone through hardship, I've questioned not just what I believe, I question my life, I question my profession, I question my relationships. So
I think, if you believe, whether it's Islam, Hindu, I think you have to doubt it. You can't just jump in there and be like, sign me up, I agree with everything, let's do this.
That would be for you, but that's not for everybody that is a believer of any particular religion. Some people don't question anything.
But in your view, by standing and saying, I don't think there's any higher power, do you ever face any doubt of thinking, maybe there is?
Well, the definition of an atheist is someone who does not believe. It's not a declaration per se that there is no God. I'm an atheist activist. I'm on the board of Atheists United here in Los Angeles and on the steering committee for Americans United for Separation of Church and State.
So the distinction she just made was almost more of agnosticism versus atheism. So agnosticism is the idea that we don't know. So you put an A in front of something using kind of Greek and Latin words, it means non-existent. And then Gnostic is the Greek word, gnosis is the Greek word for knowledge. And so knowledge is people who don't know. They go, I don't know if there's a God or not. An atheist is someone who literally, to counter what she just said, is someone who says there is no God. No, and then theist is the Greek word, theo is the Greek word, theos is the Greek word for God. So she just made a distinction, said, atheist doesn't necessarily mean that there is no God. That is actually literally what atheist means. There is no God. And usually if you're an atheist, you have reasons to believe you're an atheist, where agnostics go, I don't know, so let's just move on. Nobody knows. And atheists go, no, there isn't a God, and here's rational explanations of why there isn't a God, and they can usually articulate proactive reasons why there is no God in the universe, not that we don't know, but that there actually isn't a God, and then you got to engage on that level.
No, I've never had any doubt, because I can see design everywhere. And you are not an atheist, you're an agnostic. You see, an agnostic believes.
Don't tell me what I am. I am an atheist.
An atheist doesn't believe
I'm an atheist, no.
An atheist doesn't believe in the supernatural, period.
An atheist
An
does
agnostic
not believe in
does believe in the supernatural.
That does not
He
believe
just
in
doesn't
God.
believe in God.
I am telling you what an atheist is.
You're wrong.
No.
Do you believe in the
I am an
supernatural?
atheist.
Do you believe in the supernatural?
Do not tell me
Do you believe in
what I am.
witches?
we don't need to make
I am
anybody
what I am.
right or wrong. It's just answer the question, give her
tell me what I
space to
am.
talk. Give her space to talk.
Do you believe that this line of interrogation, questioning furthers your...
No, I'm just giving facts.
Saved by the bell.
See, it's an interesting thing when you look at someone like that. Obviously, he's a theist of some sort, and he's arguing. He's majoring on the minor. So he's trying to make this distinction, which obviously I just made for the sake of people using words properly. But then he does it in a spirit that is combative, dismissive, and it seems like they went at it, you know, probably the way it's cut, they went at it for a while. And there's a point at which, and I know the guy had set up the question, but there's a point at which if you're a Christian, if you're a theist, there's a listening piece of what are the reasons that you don't believe in God? What are the reasons you don't believe in Christianity? And then engaging those reasons and trying to show people why those reasons might actually, based on the facts or the data or philosophy or science or archaeology or history, they might not actually be true, that maybe the data says this versus that. And of course, the distinction they're trying to make is, is there atheism that's not naturalism? Of course, naturalism is the belief that there is only what we see in the natural world. There is only what you can put through the, scientific method. There is no, such thing as the spiritual. And of course, there's a lot of people who would go, I'm not sure about God, but I believe in the spiritual. And so that's kind of an entry point to the conversation of why do we have an interest in the spiritual? Why do we believe that there's something profound in beauty or music or these experiences that we have that you can't really put them in a test tube and say, this is what love is. This is what, there seems to be something else going on. There's something transcendent. There's something spiritual about the experiences, that we have. And I think it's a very interesting conversation, and one that probably the better route, rather than just looking at these people and being a guy that they all hate by the end of the video, and then that's the Christian in the group. It's like, no, why don't we engage, listen, and then engage the ideas and show that sometimes the doubts that we have, God is the one who fills the gaps in the doubts, in the sense that we might not know a certain thing, but for instance, we might not have a great naturalist, if you're a naturalist, explanation for why we feel those spiritual things, why we care about the transcendent, why we have, as C.S. Lewis talked about this, pining for, we want the universe to be a particular way, and we don't know why. Where, if we were animals, where would we get the idea that kind of death it feels wrong? I feel like it's not the way the universe is supposed to be. But if you don't have something to compare the universe with, if all you are is you've been wired through hundreds of thousands or millions of years of just naturalist instinct, then you wouldn't necessarily come up with moral ideas and right and wrong or the way the universe is supposed to be. You have nothing to compare it to. So entering into those conversations, saying maybe there's something bubbling under the surface that's spiritual because we were made in the image of God, and having those conversations with people and going down that trail, because I think that's an important piece, and understanding that even when you're a Christian, there's doubts all the time in life, because God, that's the point, is that's what faith is. You run the ramp of reason and then you take the leap of faith. And of course your faith it has content in it. It has things like history and science and philosophy that's built into it, but there is a sense in which, of course, God we can't see him, and anything you just can't see, feel, taste, touch, put through the scientific method and get a result, you're gonna go, okay, I have to have a humility here when I'm in conversations with people, because I can't say, look, God, I want you to walk in, I want you to see you, pull the veil back right now and see. So without that, always learning, always progressing. This is what Paul means in the epistles when he says, work out your salvation. It's not something you arrogantly go through life saying, this is this, and you better, it's like, no. There's a nuance to it. And of course, even when you have faith, there's doubts that constantly arise in our life. I'm a pastor, and I have doubts in my life when I meet with people who have lost a kid, or they get a diagnosis, or they go through some extreme pain and suffering, and you watch people in their lives go through these things. And like the Psalms, you come to the Lord and you go, are you real? Like, what is your purpose in this? I don't understand why do the good people of the world just get hammered all the time, and the seemingly evil people of the world are flourishing and they have money and they're successful? Where's the justice? That is literally what half of the Psalms are about. The sense of like, they're not like, I don't believe in God anymore. They're just doubts rumbling under the surface that God constantly, whether it's the prophets or the Psalms or Jesus himself, are saying, bring those to me because I understand them. I didn't reveal I'm not, hey, well, I can see you. I understand them. Use them to be drawn to me and actually grow in faith. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit your notifications on the YouTube channel so you get these videos every time we post them, and make sure you write in the comments the kinds of videos you would like me to react to. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.